Here's a question for you. What things should a rational and reasonable government of a large undeveloped country focus on? Should they focus on things like economic development, infrastructure improvement, educational attainment, access to healthcare, sanitation, toilets, and social mobility, or stoking ethnic and religious tensions, brutally suppressing certain regions of your country, embarrassing yourself on the international stage, and arguing over whether or not students can do Zumba classes in school? Yes, I'm not joking. There's strong opposition against Zumba fitness classes from religious organizations. Here's the scoop. The southern Indian state of Kerala has defended its decision to introduce Zumba classes in public schools after the move sparked protests from religious groups earlier this week. Around 14,000 government-run schools in Kerala have been instructed to hold daily Zumba sessions as part of an anti-drug campaign launched last month. However, the initiative has faced strong opposition from certain Hindu and Muslim organizations, which have denounced the dance as a cultural invasion. These groups have called on parents and teachers to boycott the program, claiming it violates their religious beliefs and moral values. While the protests have subsided, the organizations continue to resist the policy. The Kerala government has made it clear that it will not withdraw the initiative, insisting that religion should not be mixed with education. Those protesting are proving to be more harmful than the drug problem itself, said V. Sivankudi, Kerala's education minister, in an interview with the BBC. He added that although schools are being encouraged to include Zumba in their schedules, participation would remain optional for students. No one is being forced. Opting out is always an option, he said. You see, this is the important part. Nobody is being forced to do Zumba, unlike certain groups who force others to pray to cows under threat of lynching. The protests began last month after the Kerala government unveiled several measures to curb rising drug use among school children. These measures include tighter campus security, awareness campaigns, rehabilitation programs, and Zumba sessions. According to the guidelines, all state-run schools are expected to hire certified Zumba instructors to lead daily classes. The government also advised schools to design the schedule in a way that suits both students and teachers. The initiative has drawn sharp criticism from Samasta Kerala Jamiyatul Ulama, a prominent organization of Muslim clerics managing hundreds of religious schools in the state. Spokesperson Nasar Faizi Kudathai told the BBC that boys and girls dancing together in what he described as vulgar outfits was unacceptable. Zumba goes against Indian moral values because it requires tight clothing and close physical interaction. This should not be tolerated, he said. The Bharatiya Vikara Kendram, a right-wing organization of self-proclaimed Hindu intellectuals, echoed similar concerns. Its director, R. Sanjayan, called Zumba a foreign import and accused the government of using it to undermine traditional Indian culture under the guise of fighting drug abuse. There is a hidden agenda behind promoting foreign cultural exports like Zumba. The government has done nothing to preserve or enrich our traditions, Sanjayan said, urging parents and students to resist the policy as it threatens the nation's cultural identity. In response, the Kerala government dismissed these allegations. The goal is simply to inspire students to embrace fitness and healthier lifestyles. Nothing more, said Sivankudi. He also clarified that students would participate in the sessions wearing their regular school uniforms, leaving no room for inappropriate attire. Light exercise has always been encouraged in schools, and students are expected to remain in uniform during such activities, he said. See how ridiculous this outrage is? They say that it's a foreign import used to undermine Indian culture under the guise of fighting drug abuse. What culture? Drug taking, public defecation, scamming people all across the world. If you're going to fight over something, at least make it something that improves your country, not Zumba classes. And this leads us to one of the main problems. The fact that India is tearing itself apart and nobody wants to talk about it. Beneath all the flashy ads about digital India and world's largest democracy, there's a much darker reality. A country where Hindu nationalism is no longer just an ideology, but a weapon. A weapon that's turning neighbor against neighbor and threatening to erase the very idea of a diverse, multi-religious India. Let's be real. The rise of Hindu nationalism under Narendra Modi isn't some grassroots cultural pride movement. It's a top-down political project designed to turn 1.4 billion people into obedient foot soldiers of a Hindu First Nation. And anyone who doesn't fit that vision, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, even dissenting Hindus, are being branded as outsiders, traitors, or worse. Think I'm exaggerating? Just look at the numbers. Since 2014, communal violence has spiked across India, mob lynchings over so-called cow protection, pogroms in Delhi where Muslim homes were burned while police stood by and watched, laws like the Citizenship Amendment Act that openly discriminate on religious lines. Even the Supreme Court, once hailed as a check on power, has started rubber-stamping decisions that favor this majoritarian agenda. And it's not just about violence in the streets. Hindu nationalism is seeping into schools, universities, and media. History books are being rewritten to glorify Hindu kings and erase Muslim contributions. Journalists who dare to question the government are jailed or forced into exile. Bollywood, once known for promoting religious unity, is now pumping out films demonizing minorities. Tombs of former non-Hindu leaders, such as Aurangzeb, are desecrated. All of this isn't happening in a vacuum. It's being cheered on by India's growing army of online trolls and IT cells who flood social media with hate and crush any hint of criticism, while being bolstered by BJP cheerleader Palki Sharma. If you're a young Muslim in India today, you're told to go to Pakistan if you demand equal rights. If you're a Hindu who questions Modi, you're branded an anti-national. Here's the irony. The same India that lectures the world about tolerance is busy turning itself into a Hindu Rashtra, a theocratic state that betrays the secular dream of Gandhi and Nehru. And as the economy slows, unemployment rises, and inequality deepens, Hindu nationalism becomes the perfect distraction. Instead of fixing real problems, the government gives people an enemy to hate. It's time we stop romanticizing India as a rising superpower and start asking hard questions about what kind of country it's becoming. Because if this majoritarian madness continues, India isn't heading for greatness, it's heading for disaster. Modi and his cronies need to stop the ethnic and religious fanning of the flames, but we all know that won't happen. His vision is to be the Vishwaguru, a pure Hindu land that guides the rest of the world. But the rest of the world doesn't want to be guided by a land without toilets, hygiene standards, and basic manners. At the end of the day, this friction is wasted energy, but the hundreds of low-education Indians with access to fast and cheap internet will continue to eat the Gaudiya media and also continue to regurgitate it online on Twitter, WhatsApp, Facebook, Reddit, and many other forums. No, let's not fix our country. Let's just talk about how Zumba classes are destroying society. What a bunch of morons. If you found this video insightful, then please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.